We're excited today because we've come to the workshop to see the women making the beautiful Soliha Designs bags, which are all made by hand. So we're lucky enough to be able to go and talk to them. They've let us interrupt their working day. So let's go inside and meet them. So we're sitting inside the crochet workshop here with women all around me making bags, which is lovely. It's a very creative environment, and I'm sitting here with Venus. And Venus is one of the most experienced crocheters in the workshop. Venus, how long have you been crocheting for?
I've been working here in almost 10 years.
Almost 10 years. So she's made a lot of crocheted bags, I think, in 10 years. And so how many different types of stitch do you use to make the bags?
Any kind of stitch, Mom. I have a 5 stitch.
Five stitch.
Yeah.
5 stitches. Okay, so there's 5 different types of stitches that are used for the bags. So it's not a huge range, but the patterns, I think, might be is that the challenging thing with making the different bags? Do you find that? Yeah.
It's so challenging for me, Mom.
Is it? So you have to swap colours and swap stitches.
I also swap the colors and the stitching, Mom. If Mom told me that the different kind of stitch that they want to, I stitch.
I see. So they have different patterns for each bag, and they need to swap between colours and stitches. So Venus is saying that's the challenging part of her job, is following the patterns and changing the stitches and the colouring. And so how long would it take you to make one of the bags, a normal bag?
3 days.
3 days. So there's a lot of work, as you can see, in one single bag, because everything is made by hand. There are no machines that can crochet. There's no machine that can replicate what these women are doing, which is rather lovely, because everything that the bags are made by hand. So it puts this in the slow fashion perspective. Everything, there's no huge factories with massive machines and sweatshops. These women are sitting in a smallish room, sitting around crocheting together, making everything by hand. So they're taking fast fashion away and making this beautiful stuff. So it's really, really lovely to watch all this come together, and they're very proud of what they do, and they should be, because what they're doing is really lovely. Thank you, Venus.
Thank you. Thank you also.
We're here at the back of the workshop, where Renelyn is sitting sewing on our labels onto the bags. Renelyn, how long have you been doing the crocheting for? How long have you been working in the workshop?
3 years.
3 years. Very good. And so what do you find challenging or difficult about the job? Is there something that you find hard?
There's a lot of design.
A lot of design. So that's what we were saying before. There's only 5 stitches of crochet, but there are a lot of different designs. So they sort of skip from one bag to the other. They don't spend 3 days, 5 days, 2 weeks making the same thing. They're skipping around for different orders. So that's the nature of a small workshop, is that they have to swap around. So you've got to be pretty versatile, and you've got to remember the patterns, and then often the patterns are changed quite quickly because orders change and people put different orders in for different size bags. So I can imagine that would be quite challenging. And Renelyn, what does it mean for you? You earn a living and you have a family?
Yes, I have. One child.
One child, boy or girl?
There.
One child there. Oh, that's very good. The other thing that I should probably mention is that while in this workshop there are only sort of 8 to 10 women, a lot of the women actually work from home. So they come and collect their materials and they go home. So it gives them the flexibility to have a family at home and not have to be away from them. And it also saves, I guess, a lot of commute time. If you work at home, you don't have to commute. And a lot of Filipinos often have to commute very long distances, and to get to work, sometimes people travel 2.5 hours even to get to work. So it's a great opportunity for women to work in the home and to get a really good living from it, because they're earning well above you know, the normal range of a wage in the Philippines. So it's a really good opportunity to be creating and to be supported by this workshop. So thanks, Renelyn. Thanks for talking to us. I'm sitting here with Rachel. How are you, Rachel? That's good. I'm also sitting in front of a pile of amazing crocheted bags. It's a pretty nice place to be sitting in this workshop. It feels like a very creative zone. There are piles and piles of bags and different projects happening around me, and I don't think anyone's doing the same bag. Everyone's working on a different stitch, a different color, a different style bag, and there's a lot of concept bags happening. So it's an exciting place to be because it just it feels like a place where things come alive, and where these beautiful bags are put together and conceptualized by the very clever Yvette, who dreams them all up, and I think probably in her sleep sometimes, she says. So Rachel, how long have you been here and how long have you been crocheting for?
10 years.
10 years. Wow.
On the jail, Mom.
So you were, and how long have you been in this workshop for?
1 year.
1 year, okay. So Rachel is saying she has come from jail. So in the prison, the women do the crocheting as well, which is this amazing empowerment project so that they earn a wage, they learn a skill, and then when they leave prison, they can come and work in the workshop if they choose to. They don't have to, they can by choice. So it's a really great thing that this project allows these women to earn money in the prison and to provide for their families, often on the outside, because often their families will struggle without the income. So it's a great opportunity, it's a great enterprise, and it's a great way for these women to really feel empowered and not to feel, you know, the burden of prison life. Thanks very much, Rachel. Nice to talk to you. We've had a lovely visit inside the workshop talking to the lovely ladies. They seem really relaxed and happy while they work away. It's a really nice sort of friendly atmosphere in there, and they've made us feel very much at home. It's lovely watching our bags come to life, and we've got a few prototypes coming along, so hopefully we'll be able to reveal those soon. The lovely thing about being here is the feeling that surrounds the place, knowing that the bags they're making are from a sustainable twine, which is really robust and long lasting. We love knowing that the women here feel empowered, they're earning a living, and they're earning a really good living and supporting their families. We love the feeling that what they're making is unique. Every bag is individual. We love that it's really very much part of the slow fashion movement that I mentioned, and that there's nothing here about reeling thousands of the same things off a production line. It's all about creating something beautiful with your hands and hand making the products. So we feel very lucky to have been here and privileged that they were happy to sit and chat to us in their busy days. And we look forward to visiting again soon.